Welcome everyone to another episode of Half-Ass Beer Review. I'm your host Josh, and you can join me 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where I get the opportunity to drink a new beer and tell you what I think. It's all about drinking beer and having a good time. So let's get into today's review. I have with me a can of Taco Wednesday, a dry hopped Pilsner from Kings County Brewers Collective. And this thing clocks in at 5.6% ABV and 40 IBUs. Taco Wednesdays, right? Now let's talk about the can art, and I'll tell you why it's Taco Wednesdays, right? So this can art is pretty trippy. At first I thought it was a Viking, but it turns out it is Odin. And he is eating a taco shell filled with hops. And there are taco shells on each side filled with hops dancing. This is a pretty trippy piece of can art. Highly enjoyable. Kings County Brewers Collective's can art is always top notch. It seems to get better with every can that I get from them, honestly. But Odin's Day is Wednesday. So it goes something like Odin, Woden, Wednesday, right? Odin Day, Woden Day, Wednesday. And supposedly, according to Kings County Brewer Collective, Odin also loves tacos. So, Taco Wednesday Pilsner. Now, the most 3 important words you're going to hear on this show. The crack, the pour, and the taste. That was a beautiful crack, by the way. Head coming out of the can as soon as I cracked it. Nice light pour. This head's getting big, look at that. There are some floaties in there. We'll be alright. You're always alright, it's never bad. Don't get grossed out. I just wasn't expecting it. It's about a 3-finger head there. That thing really came out. So they're using, Czech style hops. It's a Pilsner, that's what they use. And it's dry hopped. I'm getting a little bit of that hop. In some Pilsners, when these breweries try to do Pilsners, they make them so much like Busch or Bud. They're going for that category. They're trying to get those people drinking their beer, that they just kind of underdo it. And it's still usually good, but you don't get the smell that you want from a microbrewery doing a Pilsner, right? But this is 5.6 ABV, 40 IBU, so it's a little bit more for those 2 categories than it is for some of the other ones. Let's give it a taste. That head's sticking around. Tell you what I think. As always, a little drink, big drink. Cheers, everybody. Very good, full flavored Pilsner taste. I really don't know the best way to describe it, but you know it when you drink it. There's nothing bad or off about this flavor. It's very refreshing, very crisp, very drinkable. 5.6% ABV, so it's going to get you there a little quicker. And only 40 IBUs, so there's no bitter that you're battling. This is just a very tasty beer. You get a little bit of that hop flavor after it's been sitting in your mouth for a while, or after you've had that drink. It's almost like an afterthought of this beer. It's just that small hop flavor, which is very awesome. So out of 6, I think this is actually a great Pilsner. I really like this. This is very well done. It's not underwhelming like a lot of these Pilsners can be. So out of 6, I'm going to give this a 5.2. This is great. Love this beer. I could drink a lot more of these. Again, Kings County Brewers Collective. They haven't let me down with a beer yet. This is from the Tavor box, and I just found out the other day that Tavor is no longer shipping to Michigan. So I won't be receiving any more of these boxes. So I'm going to be having to make trips probably to Ohio or Indiana. Not frequently, but every once in a while, just to get some different stuff that we don't have in the state. Just found out recently McKellar Brewing is now in my area as well, so I wouldn't have to drive that far out of my way to get some of that stuff. So that's more good news. Another good brewery making good beer that I can get my hands on. But again, 5.2 for this Taco Wednesday Pilsner from Kings County Brewer Collective. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click the bell. Keeps you notified, keeps you up to date whenever I post a new video. But until next time, keep those fridges full and have a great night.